every day. But there was just a poll from Emerson College. Thousands of people were asked this question: who do you like in 2028? J.D. Vance is now essentially tied with Marco Rubio for the 2028 nomination. Interesting to note, Ron DeSantis is also tied with Donald Trump Jr., who could definitely run for president in 2 years, but voters might be forced to pick sides if it is Rubio in Vance in the not-so-distant future. In February, Vance had a 52% lead. Now he's at 39%. Rubio was at 20%. Take a look, 20% in February. Now he's at 38%. The New York Times also seems to think that J.D. Vance has the edge because he was vocally against the Iran war before it began 150 days ago tonight. Joining us to break it all down, pollster for McLaughlin and Associates in the Trump 2024 campaign, Jim McLaughlin, who talks to the president frequently, and founder of the Zeus Political Index, Patrick Alaco. We're also 99 days from the midterms. Gentlemen, good to have you. Jim, quite a poll. Polymarket gives Vance the edge at 43%. Do you buy this poll?
You know what, though? You are exactly right with Marco Rubio's answer. And the reason why, and look, I see polls all the time, especially now we still have these Republican primaries going on in certain states. And among the Republican base, obviously Donald Trump is clearly the most popular politician out there among Republicans, 90% plus among Republican primary voters. But J.D. Vance and Marco Rubio are extremely popular. And you know why? Because they've been successful. Marco Rubio is Secretary of State and J.D. Vance is Vice President in carrying out Donald Trump's America First agenda.
Jim, yes or no, does Donald Trump Jr. run?
I don't know. You'd have to ask him. I don't speak.
Jim, I know you know. You do know. What do you think?
I don't know.
Better than 50%?
You know what? It's going to be up to the voters at the end of the day, because we're not. To start
that process, though, it's going to be up to him, right? He's going to have to decide if he wants to run. I think you do know. I think you always know. All right, think about it.
You're giving me way too much credit.
I know. Let me bring in Patrick. I want to go to the Democrat side because this is mind-blowing as well. Socialists are taking over the party. Communists are taking over the party. New Hampshire used to have the first-in-the-nation primary until Joe Biden in South Carolina changed everything. AOC, UNH poll, leading candidate for the nomination in 2028 with Mayor Pete at 21%, 1 point behind, but everyone knows Mayor Pete's not going to be the president of anything. Could AOC really happen, Patrick?
Rob, Jim, if there's one thing that you can be certain of, anything can happen in today's Democratic Party. That poll shows exactly where the progressive base is headed. We've been saying since last year that AOC was the one to watch. When she showed up around 10% in a poll back in May, we said that was her floor, not her ceiling. And since the Democrats have a spectacular bench problem, that puts her in real play. She proved in Munich, however, she lacks experience to be president. We believe she'll choose to take on Schumer instead, but the presidency could be her 2028 bargaining chip in the party.
Interesting. Schumer will be back on the ballot in 28 as well. Jim, all her life, AOC went by Sandy Cortez. All her life until she became a candidate. Beto O'Rourke in Texas, same thing. His real name's it's Robert Francis O'Rourke. He's like a Kennedy, right? Beto O'Rourke. Do voters see through the fake? Do they see through it?
You know what? You can't fake authenticity. And you know, one of the reasons why they're doing that is because of the backgrounds of J.D. Vance and Marco Rubio. I mean, think about it. Here's Marco Rubio, the son of Cuban immigrants. His father was a bartender. He's risen to be a United States Senator, Secretary of State. Here's J.D. Vance, has an incredible upbringing, grows up in a broken home. And think about all the success. By the time he's 40 years old, he's vice president of the United States.
Right.
This is the Democrats trying to pretend, trying to fool people. And Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, she had nothing in common. District.
Sandy Cortez.
Sandy had nothing. She wasn't from that district. Yeah. She was from one of the wealthiest communities in America,
I know.
Westchester County.
I know. Here's food for thought. We got to leave it there. But J.D. Vance could wait 20 years to run for president, and he'd still be younger than Kamala Harris, who is still relatively young. She's in her early 60s, which is pretty remarkable. But, you know, again, when the door is open, you got to step in as a candidate because who knows what things will look like in 20 years or 30 years or whatever. Patrick Alaco, Jim McLaughlin, great to have you back on tonight. We appreciate it. We appreciate the expertise. Donald Trump Jr., Jim, yes or no?
You have to ask Donald Trump Jr. yourself.
I did text him. Haven't gotten an answer.
He'll answer you.
Yeah, he should, if he knows what's good for him, because I got millions of people watching this show. Authenticity. Thank you, guys. Senator Mitch McConnell. Look at this photo. Look at it closely. That came out today. There it is. That's Mitch. He's doing great. He's doing terrific. No video.